Hey guys, it's me Chandra, and so today's review will do for Lucia Pyroath overview. So usually in here I will cover regarding the positive and negative, should we pull or not, best rank stopping point, what the priority, and then of course we will talk about the kit and explain how to play her in the simplified version. So yeah, let's get started. So let's start first with the positive of Lucia Pyroath. First, she will come meta fire DPS. So basically she will become the best DPS in fire element. It's already beating Lee Hyperil and even Watanabe Epitaph itself. And also she will become meta DPS in Plasma Beam. So if you're confused what is Plasma Beam, it's basically the effect. So similar case like Luna Oblivion, she has like disruption, right? Yeah, this is another variation of the effect, which is Plasma Beam. Maybe you already hear, let's say like Electroconvergence. Yeah, this is the official name, basically Plasma Beam. So she will be the meta in here along with Carnashir. If you leave Carnashir, basically she has two role in DPS right now in Fire Element and Plasma Beam. Second, Lucia Pyroath has, I think, really wide range of offset. So it's really good if you want to play maybe for fun run or even like just to do like some showcase, because she literally has different mode like ground mode, like aerial, she can jump, she can fly. She has different type of combo. That's why in here when explaining how to play her, like I hope you don't get headache, she has different ultimate. So because of that, like I think she's pretty much a very good character that really good to do showcase, because she just feels very different like compared to other character. It feels like because Lucia MC, we just make her very special because literally you can feel the difference between other character. As for the Lucia Pyroath negative, I don't think I'll classify this as a negative, but more into like consideration or some things to note, which is first is that her learning curve is quite high, or at least you need quite like some time to adapt with it, so need adaptation, because her kit is not really easy to play. Like if you find like one She Lucia Dreamer already quite headache to play, she's more headache than that, because you need to remember a lot of different order and quite long rotation. And the another nightmare is that any rank up that you have in Lucia Pyroath, you play differently. So let's say you move from S to SS, it's a different playstyle. If you decide to make it SS to SS3, it's a different playstyle. So because of that, I'm quite scared too later when I explain how to play her, because she needs at least adaptation in here. And second, quite unfortunate too is that in order for you to have faster rotation and I can say like the feeling to play that feels smooth, you kind of need SS, or even if you can get like weapon. So SS with weapon will be the very comfy choice. But if you decide, let's say you just rough go with just S without weapon, oh man, it will be very rough and rotation is super long. So because of that, yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Quite similar case like Chusu Crop. And let's do a couple of Q&A in here, and I will start with, should you pull for Lucia Pyroath? So maybe you're in here still in dilemma, and my answer in short is actually just very depends. Like literally very hard to judge, depends on your account progression or what you have right now, your team building condition right now. But yeah, in here mostly the situation that I really recommend for you to pull for Lucia Pyroath, which is first, if you of course meta or competitive player, then absolutely yes, because she is the best one right now in fire team. You really need her. If not, the gap will be huge. Even like Watanabe Epitaph is not enough to carry in fire element, because Lucia Pyroath ceiling is just way higher. And second is that if you need like the best right now fire DPS, and of course take Lucia Pyroath. Don't think about like Watanabe Epitaph anymore, because Lucia right now is the best one. Or at least you right now plan to start to build your fire team, then yes, start with Lucia Pyroath, because she is the best one right now, because DPS in this game is most important when you start the game. Third, if you plan her to SS or get her weapon, then yes, I recommend, because she really need that SS and get her weapon. So that's a couple of the conditions I recommend. If you really plan, then yes. And next, if you like the character and gameplay, then absolutely you can pull for Lucia Pyroath, especially she's the MC right now, right? Other than that, it's just really up to you, especially if you don't plan her to SS or don't plan to get her weapon. Then for me, even you decide to skip, I think it's fine, because I already told you, right, she has a little bit unfortunate that quite long rotation if you just very rough going with S without weapon. And the next question, can Lucia Pyroath solo? So that means you just put Lucia Pyroath, you can just ignore other teammates. Then the answer is sadly she cannot. For sure you can force, but you will end up doing so much like unnecessary like move, like you lose a lot of DPS in there. Quite similar like Lamia, you technically can, but you just like waste a lot of DPS in there. So it's just better to do in rotation. I think in the forced condition that you have no choice, then sure. But in the end of the day, your end of goal is to do rotation, not the solo. She is not typical like same like Alpha Crimson Wave or Chuzukra. No, she's not good like that. She is more into suit in rotation. Next, what is the best rank stopping point for Lucia Pyroath? And if you already actually hear all of my up before, you already know that the best rank stopping point for Lucia Pyroath is SS. So in here, SS is just so good because it just changes your rotation in general. It feels smoother, it feels nicer to play. It's even make it easier for you to play with Lucia Pyroath because you can cut some of the sequence, so technically it's even easier, so that's really nice. The main highlight in here just because you can get of course more damage, and that's actually really good. That's improvement, usually quite significant from S to SS in terms of damage. But the one I want to highlight especially is that they immediately obtain 120 radiance point. So basically later when I explain, when you go to full flight mode, usually you will not get the bar full on the base S. You need to do basic attack to get this bar until full. But this time when you go to S, you can get immediately, which is just so really good. You can just cut the sequence to not do any basic attack. So because of that, just make your rotation is smoother and is easier and faster. So yeah, because of that, I say S is just so good, not just because damage, but also the quality of life. As for the pull priority, should you prioritize SS3, weapon or cup? Then for me, prioritize first is weapon because you have incentive to go for harmonize, and also you will get more energy in there. And if you have weapon resonance, you can put DLT or deadline timing. It's even make your whole rotation feel smoother and nicer. So because of that, it gives you like 3-in-1 package in there. So prioritize first weapon. However, SSG quite close with the weapon. I rarely say SSG close with weapon. Usually I always say like, oh, weapon all the way. It's much fire than SSG. But this time they quite close for Lucia Pyroath. Just because in here when you are in the semi-flight mode, when you do your basic hold, basic attack, you can get more energy in here. So it allow you to use your fast ultimate or your hold ultimate in here like kinda comfortably. So because of that, it just changed your rotation too in general, and technically it's easier because you don't need to do so much to it. You just do the same. While as you will start with no hold ultimate, after that you will start with the hold ultimate, so it's just like you need to remember different order. But SS is more comfy and just simplify also the rotation, so it's kinda nice too. Another thing that also nice, it makes Lucia QT getting stronger. It increased by 1000%. So it just even mean whenever you change to, let's say, Watanabe or even Leaf and you trigger Lucia QT, it just hit a lot of damage. And that's why also in here it just already say that Lucia not for like solo literally. As for the brand new meta team for Fire team, it will be Lucia Pyroath, Watanabe Epitaph, and Leaf Empire. And don't forget the leader will be Lucia Pyroath in here. As for Plasma Beam team, it will be Lucia Pyroath, Karina Shear with Lip. Take notes, it must be Lip because without Lip, Karina Shear cannot trigger the Plasma Beam, so it's technically useless. So Karina Shear with Lip. And the last slot will be Nanami Star Trail, but if you don't have that, you can just choose any amplifier. Usually people will put 21 Feral Sand in there. And now let's talk about Lucia Pyroath kit overview, and take notes in here. I will only cover the general stuff. I will not cover super detail because Lucia Pyroath especially, she has so much different variation and rotation and so much happen in her kit. If I explain everything, it can take like more than 30 minutes or even can be 1 hour. So this one I only cover the general stuff. If you really want to know all the details, I really recommend for you to check another dedicated for the meta rotation for the guide. If you really want to know all the details and the most optimal rotation in the meta for Lucia Pyroath, then I really recommend for you to check into more dedicated for the meta guide, let's say like Spire to be or even Rexland, because this time I really recommend for you to check. It's super complex for Lucia Pyroath. So yeah, let's start in here. I will show you all the basic stuff. So she has like quite long basic attack in here. As for the orb that Lucia has, she have the similar case like Hanying, where her orb, it's not like popping random, you can choose which ping that you want to use, but instead it will consume the white orb above. So yeah, this orb, it doesn't mean that oh you can press unlimited time. No, it will consume the white orb. Except for the blue orb, it will not consume any white orb on the default form or this base form. And this blue orb also will rarely use on the fire rotation. We mostly want to use on the plasma beam rotation. So yeah. Another thing that we can do on her basic form is that we can just do normal attack 5 times. When Lucia already go down, and you can pay attention, the blue orb kinda change for a while. If you press it on the right time, she can perform this quite cool combo. But yeah, quite sadly this combo we rarely will use, just because it's actually meant to be to charge for her plasma beam gauge itself. But the problem is just way too long, so we rarely will use this. So this is mostly only we want to use, let's say, like fun run. Another cool thing about Lucia is that when enemy about to hit you, you can actually just hold dodge in here, and she can perform this quite cool parry. But yeah, this is sadly we will rarely use on meta rotation. Quite similar like Alpha, we rarely will use those cool parry, but you can just use it for the fun run. And that's pretty much all her stuff in the basic form. And then when you already see the red gauge below already full, you can actually just hold the signature move in here, and she can start to fly. And if you wonder how you can fill up this red bar, basically on her base form, you cannot do anything. It's just like matter of cooldown, so it's just like matter of just waiting until it's full. But if you already enter her next form, which is the flight mode, then she can basically fill up the red gauge, which I will just explain later. So when you enter this Lucia flight mode, I just call flight mode, okay? So it's easier to understand. Then she can do couple of stuff and objective that you can do in this form. So for the first thing that we can do, which is to fill up the bar above in here, the yellow or gold. I don't know what color precisely it is. So how you can fill up this bar? Technically, you can do couple stuff, which is first thing is that you can keep pinging red orb, and it can go up to 9 in here. If you see number and it already turned red, then you can just press basic attack, and yeah, you can take a look. It already filled the yellow bar or the gold bar. This is actually the most optimal rotation for you to fill up the bar, but of course it's consume you a lot of orbs too. But other than that, you can just do also tap yellow orb, and with the basic attack it also can fill up this yellow bar, but it's of course less efficient. But you can use this when you lack of orb. And if you already see your yellow or gold bar already full, you can just hold basic attack in here, and she will perform this cool combo. And then you can also press basic attack, and she will perform like this cool slash. And another thing you can do on her flight mode is that if you already have your full energy in here and your ultimate available, so either you do from your red combo or basic attack combo, or even holding basic attack combo, whatever it is, you can actually do 2 different things in here. First, you can decide to hold your signature move, and Lucia will perform like this kind of like sideways ultimate, and some people call this as like fast ultimate. And this fast ultimate also will recharge or refill your red gauge, so that's why I say like she can refill, but only on her flight mode. And second variation is that you can just decide to tap the signature move in here, and Lucia will ascend even more. And in here our objective is to fill up the yellow bar or the gold bar. So you can just keep doing basic attack, just press basic attack until it's full, and then you can just hold basic after that to consume this yellow or gold bar. And whenever you see already the ultimate available, just tap that, and yeah, Lucia will perform her true or the climax signature in here. But take notes, if you already reach SS Lucia Pyroath, you don't need to fill up the bar by doing basic attack. It will immediately full, so you can just go right away with holding basic attack and just end with the signature move. So that's why I say like she quite complicated, because the moment she rank up, the rotation become different. And a couple stuff I forgot to mention, but it's not really important, is that on any type of form, you can just tap the blue orb and you can just hold dodge, and Lucia will perform this spinning attack. It's quite cool, but we rarely will use this. Another thing is that when Lucia you enter the last sequence, the true flight mode, you can actually hold also dodge button, and Lucia will kinda like going like jet like this. I don't know what the purpose. PGR is no open world games, but yeah, it's kinda cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all the fundamental stuff of Lucia Pyroath in here, and I will now cover how to play her in the simplified version. Before I start, I will give you a reminder, her simplified version literally have a lot. It just very depends on your creativity. This one I just give you all the baseline. She has over 10 optimal rotation. I'm not even joking. So now let's start first with the how to play Lucia with SS rank. So I will cover with weapon first. So basically whenever you switch up to Lucia, you can do basic attack first and hold ultimate. And after that, ideally we want to ping 3 times red ping, and you can see the numbers go until 9 and turn to become red. Then do basic attack. After that, usually it will pull the yellow gauge, and after that we can just hold basic attack and tap ultimate. You already SS, your gauge already full, so you just need to do hold basic attack in here, and then just do until ultimate available. Just tap that. After that, you change to another character, but when you back to Lucia Pyroath again, the rotation will be slightly different. So start with basic attack, hold ultimate, and ping 3 times red orbs. After that, press basic attack, and the difference in here, we want to hold the signature to do this like side signature move, the faster ultimate in here. And after that, we want to hold basic attack. You can press basic attack again to go full sequence, or if you want to skip, it's also alright. If you still lack of energy or you see the ultimate not available, you can just do any combination of red orb and basic attack. When you ultimate already available, just tap that, and after that, we just want to hold basic attack and just end with the true ultimate in here. So yeah, that's how you play Lucia Pyroath. So basically Lucia Pyroath, the first rotation you do it on her, you only do the full ultimate. But when you do the second rotation, after you change to Watanabe and back again to Lucia, you do both, like the fast ultimate ways and also the full ultimate. So yeah, you do both. And also in here, if you have deadline timing and you don't have deadline timing, the rotation also a little bit different. So if you don't have deadline timing, your rotation will be the full ultimate. The second rotation it will be fast ultimate and the full ultimate, so do both. But when you back again the third rotation, it will be full ultimate, and the fourth rotation you do both, like fast ultimate and full ultimate. So it's kind of like keep altering between full and then after that both, full, both, something like that. However, if you already have like deadline timing, the rotation becomes simple. You don't need to keep altering like that. So basically the first rotation just still keep doing the full ultimate. The second rotation will be fast ultimate and also full ultimate, and the rest of the rotation just keep following the second rotation, which is the fast rotation and full ultimate. Just keep repeating until the end. Another things to mention, if you run out of orb, so you cannot do the whole full rotation of the red pink orb until 9, then you can just do any combination of the yellow orb and do some basic attack to fill up the yellow gauge in here until full. So yeah, that also can be option, but of course it becomes slower. As for Lucia Pyroath SSG, technically it becomes easier because you only need to do one rotation, so you don't need to keep altering. So the simplified version will be when you swap to Lucia, press basic attack, hold signature move, ping 3 times red orb, then basic attack, hold signature move in here to perform the fast ultimate in here, then hold basic attack, press basic attack again to go the full sequence, tap signature move, and hold basic attack until you see the ultimate available. Just press that to go to the full ultimate. Then after that, we want to ping 3 times red orb, press basic attack, hold signature move, hold basic attack, then after that hold signature move to perform the fast ultimate, tap red orb and basic attack, then you can swap to another character. And you just keep rinse and repeat all the time without like keep altering like the other SS. And if you only have S rank, your rotation pretty much still the same like the SS, depends you have deadline timing or not. But the difference is that when you go for the last sequence, when she fully ascend, then you still need to basic attack to recharge the yellow orb. Then yeah, if it's already full, you can just hold basic attack in here and just end with the ultimate. So that's the only difference. SS make you just like shortcut, don't need to do basic attack anymore. And if you don't have signature weapon, basically her rotation becomes simple too, because she usually lack of orbs in here, so you only need to choose one ultimate. Usually people will go with the full ultimate. So the simplified version will be when you swap to Lucia, press basic attack, hold signature move in here, then usually you don't have enough to get the full gauge, so you just do any combination of yellow even basic attack until the yellow gauge full. Then after that hold basic attack, basic again, you can go for the full sequence but it's optional. Then after that press signature move, then after that hold basic attack until the ultimate available, then just press the signature move for the full ultimate in here. As for the plasma beam, technically rotation is still pretty much the same, it's just the different you will use the blue orb in here. So before we swap to Lucia Pyroath, we need to charge first the plasma beam gauge. So usually in here we want to charge using Karna Sheer Lip. Using her plasma beam combo, you can take a look on my Karna Sheer Lip guide how to proc it. As up, you don't need to do the whole basic attack, you just need to do the 3-ping combo in here, and after that switch to Lucia right away, because we want to activate the plasma beam on Lucia, not on Karenina. Then we want to press basic attack, ping red orb until the number above the gauge goes to 9, then press basic attack, then hold signature move. While the animation, we want to hold blue orb in here to proc the plasma beam or to activate the plasma beam. Then just do your usual combo of Lucia Pyroath rotation. So we can just select in here. So you can go with the fast ultimate in here, hold basic attack in here, and you can just tap the signature move in here, then you can just hold basic attack until the ultimate available and just end with the full ultimate, something like that. You can just do any variation, but make sure to end before the plasma beam gauge is run out, because if it's run out, it will back to fire damage again. So yeah, that's pretty much it regarding the general stuff about Lucia Pyroath kit overview and how to play in the simplified version. And yeah, this is already simplified. I already like generalized. If you want even more detail, you can check other content creator. I can guarantee it's even more. So I hope you can understand, because Lucia Pyroath is complex in terms of kit, so I have a lot of different variation that you can go. And now let's move into build of Lucia Pyroath, and let's start first with the memory set. So the general memory set for Lucia Pyroath will be 4 pieces of Heraclitus. This is actually her signature memory set, and 2 pieces of Cody. So the placement of Cody will be 1 and 3. As for the harmonized, just harmonized started 2 pieces of Cody. So in short, it will be 4 pieces of Heraclitus and 4 pieces of Cody. For the resonance, for the top row, you have basically couple choice. You can go with the basic attack level or any attack. The recommend one if you SS3 and below will be basically basic attack level. However, attack is still okay. And if you triple S, then recommend to go with the attack. Button will be signature move. The next set, it's only for PPC, okay? Reminder again, only for PPC, which is will be 4 pieces of Heraclitus and 2 pieces of Shakespeare. The position of Shakespeare will be 1 and 3, and harmonized will be another 2 pieces of Shakespeare. So in short, it will be 4 pieces of Heraclitus and 4 pieces of Shakespeare. As for the resonance, the top will be any attack and bottom will be signature move. Another build, this is for Lucia Pyroath in plasma beam team, so not fire team. So this one you want to pair with Karna Sheer. So the build will be 4 pieces of Heraclitus and 2 pieces. You have option, if you want comfy, you can go with Cody, but if you just care about damage, it will be Wilde, Wild, not really sure how to pronounce. As for the harmonized, will be 2 pieces of Wild or Wilde. As for the resonance, top, just any attack or even basic attack level is quite the same, interchangeable. As for bottom will be signature move. As for the Hypertune priority, prioritize first is bottom row, and after that top row. As for the weapon resonance priority, prioritize first is deadline timing, afterward is the glorious afterglow. So yeah, that's pretty much it regarding Lucia Pyroath. Overall, she is relatively a complex character. She quite need like learning curve. They do this like literally make feel so different compared to others character just because she's MC. So they just like over the top, just make wow, it just feels so much different with other character, which is good. I mean, they really care for Lucia, and yeah, I think it's also a nice thing. And of course, she will become the fire meta DPS right now. So if you really care about like in fire team, then she's 100% the choice in here. So yeah, pretty much that's it. If you like this video, feel free to hit support button, like, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.